name is Sresha Suresh and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, which you probably are since my last video was a year and a half ago, I am a freelance illustrator based out of Chennai, India, and this is the year that I'm really hoping to take YouTube seriously. This has been on my goal list for 3 years in a row now, and I'm really hoping that this is the year that I will be able to strike it off permanently from my New Year's goal list, because I would have finally taken YouTube seriously. I don't want to commit to a number because that's scary, but I'm hoping to at least be able to do once a month, which is what I think consistency means to me. Once a month, I think, is a fairly lofty goal for me to achieve, but yeah, I'm really hoping that I would be able to do that. For my first video, I thought I could do a little get to know me video and just chat about how I stumbled into illustration and how I became an illustrator, all while making these small little motifs for Valentine's Day that maybe you can use to make cute little handmade cards for your Valentine. So yeah, let's get into it. For this video, I'm drawing in my sketchbook using watercolors, color pencils, and not pictured here, acrylic markers. I owe my love for art to two people. One I met when I was 9 and another I met when I was 21. To explain how I fell in love with art, I have to start right at the beginning, back when I was a kid. Like most children, I loved scribbling on walls and paper with crayons. But the real turning point was when I met my best friend for the first time, who lived 3 roads away. She absolutely hated watching television and loved everything about art. Now, I love television, but because I loved her and I wanted to spend time together, we spent endless hot summer afternoons at each other's houses, just making things. Paper chains, handmade cards for our families, and paintings of our ideal worlds. We baked cakes, crocheted iPod cases, and basically did anything that was handmade and required effort to pass time. And now, as an adult, when I sit down to make art, the warmth and joy of those afternoons come rushing back. A few years later, I got to pick art as an elective instead of maths in 11th and 12th standard, the only time I've ever formally studied art. It was fun, but also slightly humbling. I'd never approached art with discipline before, and suddenly I realized just how much I was lacking in the basics. When it came to apply for college, I definitely would have loved to study art, but I absolutely didn't have it in me to prepare for design entrance exams. Plot twist, I also loved accounting, so my parents gently nudged me towards a more stable degree. I went off to study finance and accounting, fully happy keeping art as a hobby. 2 years into that degree, I realized that this was definitely not what I wanted to do with my life. I still loved accounts. It was my absolute favorite subject, but I did not anticipate the amount of compliance-related subjects involved. I finished the degree but immediately pivoted and applied for an MA in, another plot twist, documentary filmmaking. Now, you may ask why I didn't finally choose to study art at an art college where I was anyway getting an art degree, which is a great question. To simply put it, I was scared of putting my art out there. Since I loved photography and moving pictures, studying filmmaking felt close enough to art without actually testing my drawing skills. This is also when I met my roommate, an animation student, who introduced me to the world of illustration, thereby changing my life forever. We spent most evenings drawing in our sketchbooks and experimenting with mediums instead of doing actual assignments. It was truly some of the best evenings I've spent. My filmmaking course overlapped a bit with the animation course, and I even signed up for a claymation workshop. For 2 intense, exhausting, wonderful weeks, we designed characters, made models, stitched tiny clothes, and built sets. My character was called Ranjit. I still have him wrapped up in a cotton bag in my memory drawer. Sometime during those 2 weeks, I knew I wanted to continue creating characters forever. I finished my course during the pandemic and landed a job as a video editor and illustrator. 6 months later, I realized I wanted to be a full-time illustrator, but the company realized they needed a full-time video editor. So I was back to job applications. I interviewed at a lot of places, but most illustration roles came with a heavy side of graphic design, which I definitely wasn't interested in. So I decided to freelance. I was living at home in Bangalore and my parents were incredibly supportive. Work was slow at first, so during the second wave of COVID, I set myself a challenge to draw every single day. That challenge changed everything. Repetition is wildly underrated. I improved so much and soon started getting small commission requests through Instagram. Around this time, I got married and moved cities. Even though freelance was picking up, I started applying for jobs again just to be safe. But my husband, my biggest cheerleader, convinced me to keep going. He took the pressure off me earning a certain amount and supported me while I figured out freelance. I spent 1 full year posting daily on Instagram. It took time, but eventually brand inquiries started coming in. I said no to many of them because I didn't want to be an art content creator. I wanted to be an artist, an illustrator. So I trusted that the right people would find me. I took on a part-time remote graphic design role for some financial independence, but that only lasted 6 months. Soon after, illustration work became steady and I haven't looked back since. I know I'm incredibly privileged to have such a supportive family and a partner who believed in me enough to carry the load while I found my footing. I wouldn't have this job or this life without them, and I'm grateful for that every single day. It's been a fun road to get here. Of course, I've made many pit stops at different degrees, but I wouldn't say anything has really gone to waste. I use my filmmaking degree to edit and film videos for social media and now hopefully YouTube. And I use my accounting degree to make business decisions, budget my regular income, and also figure out how much I need to save in order to get to where I want to be. Knowledge is never really a waste, and while it has been a twisted road to get here, looking back, I think I really enjoyed every bit of it. And we're done. So this was pretty fun. I mean, it took me a really long time. As you can see, it's clearly not daylight anymore. I had to run some errands in the middle and it just took way longer than I expected. So now I am figuring it out with the lights that I do have while I don't actually know how to use them properly. So we all start somewhere, so I'm really hoping to get better at this as time goes on. And if you liked this video, or if you thought that this video had potential, please like, share and subscribe. If you want to join me on this journey of figuring out YouTube and figuring out all of these other things that come with it, I would absolutely love to have you. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.